Hello everyone, this is Chelsea from Those with Words. Welcome to the channel. In this video, I want to share my small haul from the Superior Labor sample sale that took place in early November. And I also wanted to chat about my experience since it's my first time really experiencing this kind of sample sale and also from Superior Labor, which is a brand that I really love. And I have a lot of products from them that are really high quality and great. So I just wanted to share my story. And there's also going to be a fun journaling session towards the latter half of the video. This is the invoice that I received with the 2 items that I ordered. And as you can see here, because it was a sample sale, they came in really simple plastic wrapped packaging. Really no muss, no fuss here. Usually when you purchase the Superior Labor items, they have dust bags, for example, for their bags and their pen rolls. But because, like I said, it's a sample sale, I think they just tossed it in really quickly in a plastic packaging, which I don't mind at all. First item is this Nume vegetable leather pouch in the small size in yellow ochre. And I'm just showing you what that looks like. And there are some small imperfections as this is a sample sale. On their website, they noted that these are not used items, but that there may be small imperfections on there. So, for example, this leather piece on the zipper part is a little bit worn. And there are some really minor scratches here and there, which I don't really mind. I think the most noticeable part is this part right here on the pouch where it's darkened a little bit, but I feel like that is a very natural wear and tear type of process, so I didn't really mind that at all. Each item listing also had these imperfections photographed, so I sort of knew what I was getting into already. And I'm just happy that the zipper part works really well, which although I suppose I shouldn't be surprised because I don't think they would sell it in a sample sale if the zipper wasn't working properly to begin with. I am taking some items from my Delphonics pouch in the small size to see what would fit comfortably in this leather pouch from TSL. So I have a Tachigawa pen holder with a kakimori nib, which turned out to be a little too long for the leather pouch. I'm digging out some of my water brushes and just things I use for drawing, and those fit pretty comfortably. Here is a Zig Clean Color Dot marker, and surprisingly, I didn't think this would fit, but it fits just about. It's a little too tight though, so I don't think I would be using it in this leather pouch. And there are other things like the Posca marker, which fits without any issue. So I feel like any standard size pen would fit okay. It's just for the longer markers, I'm thinking, like Tombow markers, for example, probably wouldn't fit, but I'm putting in things like the Kokuyo pasta marker, the Uniball 1 gel pens, travel scissors, and the like. And those will fit without any issues. This is sort of how I imagine using this leather pouch anyway. It's just like a bunch of different pens and tools in there. And I haven't set this up quite yet, but it's good to know what fits in there comfortably. So I just wanted to share that information with you. This particular item I only paid $25 for. It was listed as sample 153. And right now it's listed brand new for about $65 or so in US dollars. So I feel like I saved quite a bit of money there with this one, and I'm really excited to make use of it in the future. This is the Cordovan leather pen case in the burgundy color. When I saw this in the sample sale, this is what basically caused me to jump on it because this is the pen case that got away, if you will, when it first released in, I believe, towards the end of the year in 2021. and I hesitated back then because of the price tag. And I saw it on the sample sale for a good amount off, so I decided to purchase it. Similar to the other leather pouch, I'm just showing you the small imperfections on this pen case. And it's really minor in my opinion. You can see definitely in the bright light, there are some minor scratches here and there. That's a slightly bigger one. But I feel like as soon as I toss this pen case into any kind of tote or just bag to carry outside, and I use it a couple of times, those scratches are sort of inevitable with how smooth the Cordovan leather is. I'm looking at the inside here and I can barely find anything. I really love that actually the inside is brown leather instead of natural leather. I thought it was a really nice touch with this particular burgundy outside and brown inside. And as I mentioned earlier, the zipper part works flawlessly with this product as well. Here's the rickshaw pen case that I'm using right now, which is super fluffy and protects my pens really well, so I'm actually really enjoying it. And these are my currently inked fountain pens that I am removing from this case so I can kind of test out how they will fit into this zippered pen case. Each pen fits pretty comfortably, and I will say I was able to fit 3 pens on the left-hand side. And I tested out fitting another pen on the right-hand side, which is definitely something you can do. But as you close the pen case, the pens might touch each other and scratch each other. So if that's something you're worried about, I would just keep the pens on the left-hand side. So in that case, I decided to try and put a couple of washi tape samples on the right-hand side. The leather slit part is also lower on the right-hand side compared to the left-hand side, so you can also put maybe rulers or other tools in there as well. And again, the zipper works really smoothly, and I am very much looking forward to putting this pen case in my rotation. It sticks out a little bit, but I think the leather will eventually mold to the type of products that you put into this pen case. And I'm just really happy to have this in my collection of the Superior Labor products because, like I said, I was really tempted by it and I really wanted it when it first released, but the initial price tag got me to wait a little bit and then it sold out everywhere and I was finally able to find it in the sample sale. This particular zippered pen case was labeled as sample 186 and I paid $110 for it. Right now it's actually restocked on the Superior Labor website and the brand new one is about $230. So I thought, again, this was a really good deal, and for the extremely minor imperfections that these 2 items came with, I'm really happy with my overall shopping experience. Here is a quick journaling session that I did because I was just really excited to receive these 2 items. So I wanted to document my shopping experience in a spread. I know the mail didn't really come with any special packaging or anything like that, so usually there's some kind of sticker or some kind of packaging to document when you get a package, right? I know that in this community, I am not the only one who saves packaging to journal with in their traveler's notebooks like I'm doing right now, for example. But because this package was really simple, I decided to take some time off camera and paint the 2 items that I got from the sample sale. So here is the zippered pen case and then the small leather pouch. It didn't take very long to paint these items and I just tried to have fun with it. And then I've also got these small mail related stamped bits. I've sort of kept all of this stuff from Happy Mail from friends for years. And then these Superior Labor specific stamped papers are from a kind friend who attended Yoseka Stationery Fest last year, where the Superior Labor attended and provided workshops to a lot of the attendees. And she attended one of them and sent me some fun stamps from it. And I thought this is such a perfect occasion to use these and stop hoarding them. Because I feel like whenever I receive stamped papers like these, whether it's from a brand like the Superior Labor or even things like Travelers Company events, I tend to just hoard these types of papers and I don't use them. And years down the road, I look at all of the little papers I have and it's time. It's time to use these. I'm just using some double-sided tape to stick down the drawings as well as all of the stamped papers. And I also wanted to chat while I journal here about my overall experience. So how I found out about the sample sale is pretty straightforward. I follow the TSL store on Instagram, and that's how I found out about the date and time. The sample sale itself started on November 8th at 6 p.m. Japan time, so I believe that was around 1 a.m. Pacific time where I am. And I wasn't really sure when I saw the announcement that I was gonna check it out or not, but I happened to be awake when the sample sale went live, and I just kind of scrolled through some of the items when I was in bed, which I know is not maybe the best thing to do at night is scrolling through your phone, but I was pretty wide awake, so I was just looking through just to see what was there. And I was actually quite surprised. I found almost 10 pages, I would say, of products with really good discount pricing. So they had bags and stationery products, so not just leather pouches and pen cases like I showed you, but they had covers, for example, like A6, B6, A5 sized covers. They had wallets, small leather goods, and canvas bags as well. And what I really liked about it was that each item also had multiple photos to really showcase any specific imperfections for that particular item. And I will say sometimes I had trouble even finding what the imperfection was, even though I looked at all of the photos and zoomed in and everything. I struggled to find a glaring flaw in the item. There were some leather products where the colors had changed quite a bit. Maybe it was like a display item or something. And so it spent a lot of time in the sun is my best guess. And so some of the leather items being sold had quite a bit of patina and color change to them. But I would say the pricing was reflective of that and very reasonable. Going back to the journal spread really quick here, I am just using some PET tape to decorate the edges of the pages, still going with a little bit of mail theme. So I have this little stamp PET piece right here, for example, to just highlight the fact that, you've got mail. So going back to, again, the sample sale experience, I ordered these 2 items, and overall it took about 2 weeks from the order date to arrive at my doorstep. The Superior Labor shipped it about a week in, and I think that makes sense. I was actually kind of surprised when the sample sale happened because I believe it was a Friday evening for Japan time. So obviously I wasn't really expecting any notifications or movement on the package over the weekend. and I'm sure they were really busy packing up everything through the following week. So about a week after I ordered, so like the following Friday, I got a shipping notification. And then once it shipped, the items took about a week to reach me. I paid $39 US for EMS because that was the only shipping option to me. But I didn't really mind the EMS pricing because I thought it was more than worth it for the overall amount of discount I got on these two items in particular. And as I mentioned earlier, the Cordovan zip pen case, it's been restocked since then. I think it's live right now on the website as I'm recording this voiceover in early December in the black and the burgundy colors. I had signed up for a restock notification for the burgundy pen case, and I was actually really surprised to get a notification a couple of days ago saying, hey, this item is back if you're interested. And I thought, how funny, I just bought this in the sample sale not that long ago. I was happy to see that, despite the fact that, I already have one now and I'm not going to be purchasing another one. But I was just happy that they made more of these beautiful Cordovan leather items. But yeah, I would say the original price or the price for the new item right now, which is like a flawless product, is a little more than twice what I paid for the Cordovan pen case. And I, despite the minor scratches on mine, I would have gotten those anyway after carrying it around a couple of times. So I'm really happy with the decision that I made still, even though the product came back in stock and in brand new condition. Overall, I would say I had a pretty good experience, and I've never really participated in this kind of sample sale before. I know the Superior Labor has had these a few times in the past, and I just wasn't really looking for anything in particular at the time, so I chose not to take a look. That is usually the best way to avoid any spending temptations, I find personally. But this time around, I was just really curious for some reason, and as soon as I found that particular zip pen case, I thought, okay, I'm gonna get this one. And I was looking around for other smaller items to add because I wanted to get maybe one more thing. I didn't need any bags or anything large, but I did see that leather pouch and I thought this is such a beautiful color. I sort of had my eye on that yellow ochre color when it came out for the first time as well. So I decided to add that on because the pouch was only $25 US. So hopefully that's helpful or interesting at least to hear about. It's fun for me to talk about at least. And now I'm just going in with the Sailor Shikiori markers and lettering TSL sample sale. I'm pretty much done with decorating the spread with a bunch of washi tape. And I think that little cat there, if you can see that, I think that says like shopping season or something. I remember having to put like a little translate app to read what it meant. And I just really liked the cat's expression with the shopping bags. So I decided to put that there as well. And some additional PET tape pieces here and there. And I'm finishing out the spread with some writing. I decided to just use a gel pen, I believe. Yes, this is a Uniball 1 in this orangish color. And I was just writing about my experience about the sample sale on both pages. Again, I'm not sure how often the Superior Labor does their sample sales. I tried to scroll back through their social media posts to try and find out a little more info, and it seems like they do this maybe around once a year, sometimes maybe once every year and a half or so. It's not necessarily fixed at any point in time during the year or anything like that, but I think it's basically when they just have a bunch of sample products to sell, and as soon as it accumulates to a decent amount, they actually put it on their website and announce it. So who knows the next time they're going to have another sample sale, but I think this is something where, because I have a lot of products from the Superior Labor already, and I don't particularly need anything brand new at this point, I think this is the type of event where I would actually take a closer look going forward, just because of the savings that it offers. And I just really enjoy the variety of items that I was able to find during the sample sale. Even after I purchased these 2 items, I continued to see other new items being added to the sample sale. So a couple days later, I was just kind of curious, and I went back and I saw different items that I hadn't seen before on day 1, which I thought was a fun change, and that means they were still updating the sample sale page with different things. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to shop the Superior Labor sample sale in the future, I would actually really highly recommend the experience. And I'm finishing out the spread here by writing out the names of the 2 items that I purchased and doing like a little arrow with the Sailor Shikori markers again. And that is the journal spread and the story of my own Superior Labor sample sale experience. I hope you enjoyed this video and my fun ramblings of how I came across these 2 items. I'm just really happy too that I got to use these stamped images without hoarding them for too long in my various envelopes. And once again, this is the Cordovan zip pen case in the burgundy leather, and this leather pen pouch or case in yellow ochre. Thank you so much for watching this video, and take care until next time. Bye.